Welcome to Hump Week. Hope you're doing just more than working on a Wednesday on Hump Day. Go home and enjoy some time with your spouse tonight. That's why they called Wednesday Hump Days, just to let you know. It's just not because it's the middle of the week, you're getting over the hump of the week. Statistically, it is proven that the busiest day for sexual activity is Wednesday. That's why they actually named it Hump Day. I made that up. But I made you believe it, didn't I? I don't know. I just thought that maybe we could just bring that to fruition. And that we could actually make Wednesday a good day of the week for everyone. And everyone gets lucky and everyone will be in a better mood come Thursday. Look what we're doing out here. Just trying to spread positivity to everyone in the world. Whichever way you got to do it, okay? And whichever way I got to do too. Like when it comes to learning new skills. Learning new skills is not the easiest thing in the world. I'm trying to learn 2 new skills right now at one time. Should probably just tackle one, but at least I'm not trying to tackle these at the same time. I'm not watching 2 videos at one time on the same subject or 2 different subjects. Right now, I'm trying to learn Spanish. I signed up for Babbel. Nora found a little coupon code for me, so I have 3 months of Babbel that I signed up for. We'll see how it goes over the course of 3 months. And man, I have to tell you, I'm better at understanding Spanish than I am speaking Spanish. Because they'll give you a whole bunch of words that you're supposed to learn throughout one of the courses that you're learning that day. And I'll be really good at understanding what those words mean. Now, when it comes to the end, they ask you to start pronouncing things. I suck at that. The accent is not there, and I sound terrible trying to repeat these words back on Babbel. It's like, oh man, I'm actually embarrassed for myself. Sometimes they don't even populate. That was gross. That was my coffee and protein bar coming up right there. But I just think to myself, I'm like, man, you got to get better with pronouncing these words in Spanish. What do I have to do? I guess I got to keep practicing it. But over the course of the last few days, comprehension, fantastic, which is great because I've never been good at comprehending anything. When it comes to reading, especially, really bad at comprehension. But maybe Spanish should be my first language if I understand it so well. The speaking part's another problem. I'll tackle that at another time. But I'm learning Spanish. We'll see how much I actually learn after I'm done with these 3 months of Babbel. I need to start learning fast. The other skill that I'm trying to learn right now is sewing. You're probably thinking, what the hell do you need to learn how to sew for? The reason why is the back loop of my belt of my suit pants for work. It came undone. All the other loops are fine. It's just the back, probably the most important belt loop right now. So I've been watching videos of people repairing their pants, getting the belt loop back on. And the people that I'm learning from, older women. One, I'm surprised they know how to upload a YouTube video. But 2, they're really good at it. Like, man, I wish I could pay them to tutor me how to do this. And there's some people on there on YouTube that are teaching how to sew, repair things. And then next thing you know, the next video off to the right-hand side in the suggested videos is, do you want to learn how to make a suit? No. I need to learn how to fix this belt loop first before I do anything else. That's years down the road. If I ever wanted to do that, there's no way whatsoever that I could actually come up with a suit design, then produce it myself. I would be scared of trying to actually sew it all together with a sewing machine. I would hurt myself. I remember in home ec, I don't know if you had to take home ec in high school or junior high, but I did. And I remember when it came time to actually using the sewing machine. And the teacher was going over the proper etiquette or the proper way to use a sewing machine. I'm just thinking to myself the whole time, how do you do this without hurting yourself? Me and my finger is going to get caught in there. I'm going to have a needle go through my nail. And that probably doesn't feel so good. I was intimidated by a sewing machine. Freshman year of high school, we had to take like this crash course of all these different electives that you could take, and home ec was one of them. And I just thought after learning about sewing, the big project that you did that year was sewing a pillow together, which I don't even know what happened with that pillow. But I don't think I could do anything else in that home ec class that she taught. Like, home ec did not include cooking for some reason. I thought it would. And you know what I find weird? I find really weird that we have home ec where you learn how to sew, you learn how to cook, you learn how to do things around the house. But yet we didn't learn how to like balance a checkbook properly, correct ways to invest. We didn't learn any of that. What taking a loan out actually means, how to properly use a credit card. We didn't learn those things. But we were taught to sew a freaking button onto a piece of cloth and how to make a pillow. That seems more practical than trying to balance a checkbook, know about interest rates on credit cards, how to apply for loans, what it means when you buy a house, what you need to have saved up. Like, none of that stuff is important. We're not going to teach you that, but we're going to teach you how to flip an egg. So important. Flipping an egg is important in my life because guess what? I eat a lot of eggs. And that might be why I'm so gassy all the time. I eat eggs pretty much like every day, except today I did not eat any because I didn't feel like cooking any. And I'm all out of my egg bites, which I usually eat every single day. Nora made those for me, and I'm all out right now. So, yeah, I'm just lazy, and I don't want to make that. I needed to record a podcast before I went to work. So that's why I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do something quick for breakfast, eat a protein bar, couple cups of coffee, and then I'll be on my way to having a successful day, hopefully. As I was eating my breakfast, though, this morning, I did see an article online. I'm super excited about this. When I say super excited, I mean super excited about this. Tom Brady and Fox announced that when Tom Brady retires, he's going to be joining the Fox NFL team as the lead analyst for NFL on Fox. He'll be joining Kevin Burkhardt whenever he does decide to retire. The NFL on Fox did not announce who's going to be Kevin Burkhardt's partner for the 2022 season, but I did think it was very interesting that Fox came out and said, yeah, Tom Brady and us, we're going to be a dynasty. Just like his playing days, we are going to be a dynasty when he retires. I mean, they didn't say those exact words, but you're getting probably one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history breaking down the game every single week. That's going to be awesome. I think Tom Brady ultimately retires after this season. I honestly believe that he wasn't ready to be at home every single day. Now, when he goes into broadcasting, he's going to be home a lot more, but he's going to have travel that he needs to do. He's going to have meetings that he needs to be into, especially the first year when he needs to learn how to broadcast and stuff like that. So it will be something new that he has to learn. It will be a new skill that he has to learn. And Kevin Burkhardt and Tom Brady, I think, might become the best-looking broadcast duo in sports. Kevin Burkhardt's a good-looking dude. Tom Brady's a good-looking dude. Just look at the other broadcast booths. At least number one broadcast booths. You have Tony Romo and Jim Nantz. Tony Romo's, he's a good-looking dude, don't get me wrong. Jim Nantz is past his prime. And then on NBC, you have Mike Tirico. And did they even... Oh, Chris Collinsworth. Not good-looking dudes. Then on ESPN for Monday Night Football, you have Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. Troy's a good-looking dude. He looks like an all-American quarterback. If you were to think of someone that looks like a Dallas Cowboy quarterback, I think Troy Aikman is the poster boy of that. And I know he was the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, but I think if you draw that up, an image of what a Cowboys quarterback would look like, it would be Troy Aikman. So a lot of things are changing in the broadcasting world. But Tom Brady, when he joins, I think he's going to be really good. Because he's not going to go into anything and not be good at it. I bet you during this season, he's going to start practicing. When he watches game film, I could see him breaking the game down as an analyst. And he's going to record himself. He's going to send it to Fox. He's going to watch it back himself and say, man, I'm good at this. Because Tom Brady does not fail. And I hope he brings a style that is unique to him. I enjoy the different styles out there. That's why I like Tony Romo. When he first came in on Fox, or on CBS, and he started to do his thing, it was different. It was unique. He was telling you what to expect when a play was happening before it was even happening. It was different. What's Tom Brady going to do to be different? What is he going to tell you throughout the course of 4 quarters? I'm interested, but I know he's going to be super good at that. So I bet you next season, not this coming season, not the 2022 season, but the 2023 season, Tom Brady, I think, will be in that broadcast booth. It would have been this year, I think, but he needed to get back to work. I don't know if that wasn't a real possibility, but one more year for Tom. That's what I think. He got his business all on the line now for the 2023 season. I noticed something weird about myself this week. I don't say goodbye on the phone. I don't know how long I've been doing this, and I think working in radio was one of the things that made me never say goodbye. Because when you're working in radio and you get phone calls, you're just moving along from one phone call to another. That's all that you do. And so in real life, when I'm on the phone, I just usually talk to my family. So like when I end a call, I just say, love you, and hang up. There's never a goodbye that follows that. It's just, love you. And it seems weird, but that's just what I've done. Like I said, I think it's because of radio. And when you're taking calls, you're just bouncing from one phone call to one phone call, and you're trying to be fast so that way you could get as many phone calls as possible and you could air the best ones. That's why I think I do it the way that I do. But at work, I noticed, like, hey, you probably need to say goodbye or thanks for calling. Something like that. Because at work, I'll just say, oh, this is cellular sales. How can I help you? And then when I get close to ending the phone call, just be like, oh, yeah. Well, they're like, okay, bye. You have a good day. And I just hang up. I don't say anything after that. I just, okay, bye. I don't know. Somebody else does. I don't. I'm weird about it. So weird. Oh, man. I am going over a few things right now. Trying to figure out who's listening to this podcast. Mostly people in Illinois. Which is good. That's where I'm from. But anyway. I shouldn't try to do 2 things at once. I've told you before. I'm not good at it. That's why learning Spanish and trying to learn how to sew at the same time probably isn't good at all either. All over the place today. My mind cannot focus. Maybe I shouldn't try and record after having a couple cups of coffee because I'm just going a mile a minute. Nora and I watched the Kentucky Derby on Saturday. And Nora told me, why didn't you talk about the Derby on Monday's episode? Honestly, I was like, nobody wants to talk about it. But the real reason is I just totally forgot about it. I know that sounds bad, but I did forget about it. But something funny occurred because we just decided that we were just going to grill out. We were at Costco because we had to get a couple of things there. And I was like, let's get some cookies for dessert. She's like, ooh, that sounds like a good idea. Well, at one point, I went upstairs after the race to go grab a couple of those cookies. And I said, hey, Nora, do you want any cookies? Silence. No response. Followed that up with, Nora, do you want any cookies? Nope. She didn't say a damn thing. All I kept thinking was, she's ignoring me. Why is she ignoring me? Like, you shouldn't be ignoring me on this. You need to answer that question very quickly. So what did I do? I went upstairs. I grabbed myself 4 cookies, 2 oatmeal raisin and 2 chocolate chip. I came back downstairs. Nora goes, where are my cookies? Said, I asked you twice. I never got a response on if you wanted a cookie, so I did not bring you a cookie down. Was I being petty? Absolutely. And she was like, why wouldn't you just bring me down one anyway? Because it's the principle of me asking and you not responding. That's what I told her. And she was like, you should have at least just grabbed me one. Nope. Can't do it. Sorry about you. Sorry. I know she was still really upset about it, but oh well. She ended up eating some cookies. But I realized that I ate most of those cookies, which wasn't a good thing. My stomach still hurts from eating all those cookies. Got to get better about that. If I'm going to eat all these cookies, I need to get back into the gym, but my skin is still healing, and I don't want anything to like really, hurt the progress of all this stuff that's going on with my skin after poison ivy. So I'll get back in there one day. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just cancel my membership and start going on runs around the neighborhood and doing some like little lightweight stuff at home. Because let's be honest, that's all that I would really do is lightweight. Because guess what? I'm lightweight in every single aspect of my life. Lightweight. I think this is going to be a short episode. We barely are getting to the 18-minute mark, and I don't want to bore you to death. That's all that I have for this episode. Maybe next week it's better. I sure hope so. I hope it's better. But I'll talk to you next week, Monday and Wednesday of next week, because we do 2 of them. Tell a friend about the podcast. Please do. So that way we could grow the show just a little bit. All right? I'll talk to you on Monday here on The Luke Kelly Show.